Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello, and welcome on behalf of Margot and myself to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures on Sunday. Welcome to a new segment here on the Sunday Show, Veg of the Day. And today we're talking all about cucumbers. Once again, we have to thank the Victorians for helping us understand how to grow cucumbers. As you know, they became obsessed getting straight cucumbers, and so they devised a system, and it was called a cucumber frame. Now, the cucumber frame was basically a triangle, a little like this. Yes, I know it's a pair of scissors, but I've not got room for a cucumber frame, so it goes a little like that, and then they go all along, and suspended between them was either rope or they'd use some sort of lat work. And as the cucumbers grew like they are now, they would grow up the frame, and the cucumbers would dangle down through the frame, and so they could walk under the frame and collect the cucumbers. A very, very clever idea. The idea was, of course, to get them straight. Well, I'm not doing that. Mine are growing straight up, so possibly there's no real support for our little stems here, and so I may do next year grow my cucumbers on a Victorian cucumber frame. See if it takes the stress out of the little cucumbers. So, we had a salad last night, and there was another one of these cucumbers just in the background here, and well, I took that off last night, and here is the video. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Well, I'm off inside now to give it a chop, and let's hope, fingers crossed, it's beautiful. There you go, our first cucumber of the summer. Well, here we go. Let's see what our cucumber is like inside. Look at that, beautiful. Wow. You find me sat amongst the wildflowers. There's some amazing beautiful blooms, some pink poppies, of course the natural red poppies we know, and even poppies with a beautiful white edge, almost like a halo. They smell absolutely delicious. And guess what? The bees love them. I'm going to look at two people's gardens now and their history. First of all, I'm going to go to Wakefield, to Janet. We all know Janet's garden, it's beautiful, lots of lettuce like myself. But Janet, look at your runner beans that have come on so well. They're incredible, they're about to flower. In fact, they are flowering. It's just absolutely beautiful. And of course, you've got your tomatoes in your greenhouse. Well, we say greenhouse, we all know really it's your Costa coffee. And then of course you've got your peas here and your cabbages, and look at your cabbages, how big are they, and so healthy looking as well. I bet they're going to taste absolutely delicious. And then you've got your lettuces, of course, and what a lovely surprise. And they need it in this hot weather, don't they? The mermaids, look at that, having a wonderful time in your fountain. I hope when we get ours built, and we've not started it yet, but we will have lovely mermaids in our fountain too, and our water feature. Well, Janet, that's been a pleasure. And just looking back on what you've achieved so much, and look at how it all started. Here's a flashback. Look at those lettuces some time ago. They're so minute and tiny, and your lettuces look really beautiful and healthy. Now then, we are going across to Canada because it's a new feature. Ask the audience. Yes, that's you out there and you out there too, because we have a query that, well, I can't answer, and I know a couple of other people have been asked and they're not sure either. Morag, over there in Alberta, in Edmonton, or Edmonton, Alberta in Canada, she's got a problem. Well, not a problem actually as such. It's a quandary. Look at these peas. Now look, peas have white flowers normally, just a normal sugar snap peas, not any odd variety. But Morag has white flowers and one red/purple flower. Now, if you know the answer as to why she's only got one pink, red, purple, whatever colour flower you want to describe it as, then send me a message and we'll get these across to Morag in Canada. Isn't that exciting? Our first Ask the Audience question. So once again, if you can answer Morag's question, why not send me a message and we'll answer it on next week's Sunday show. Well, I needed a new tripod, so I've made one. Just take my camera out. You know what this is. Of course, it's the Steadicam, but it's now on a fork. How to make a tripod when you haven't got one. Easy peasy on the allotment. Oh, by the way, all for free and no to pay. Let's head off down to Jeremy's garden down in Loughborough. Do you remember Jeremy had the problems with the gooseberry bush? Well, that's all growing fine now, and well, he's growing superbly well, and lots of things. Well, let's have a look at see how you're doing. You've got your carrots down there and your onions, spring onions, and then you've got your red and your black currants, and well done for putting those on the netting, because this time of year the birds love them and they'll swoop down and you'll have none left. I've had to do that with my strawberries that are outside and not in the growing frame, so congratulations there. You've got masses of potatoes, but your potatoes, well done. You've got them in potato containers and they're growing really well. In fact, they're starting to flower, which is really rather nice. And then of course, I look at those tomatoes and your courgettes and broccoli. That's coming along now, part of the brassica family. We learnt that a few weeks ago, didn't we? Look at your broad beans. They're fantastic.
Jeremy's flowering potatoes are now out of the ground. Well, containers anyway. Looking good.
So two wonderful gardens that people are growing and having vegetables and stuff around you. I mean, these are some more of my tomato plants here, look. And in fact, even these two here are just about to sprout some tomatoes. I've got these in here because these are going to go actually into my back garden right outside my house, so I can come out, of course, pick my lettuce, get to my tomatoes and pop down here for a few cucumbers. Look at this sunflower, almost 5 foot tall. Isn't that amazing? Well, don't forget, you can still enter the competition. It's open right through to the end of the summer. So we need the tallest sunflower and the sunflower with the largest head. There's nothing I like more, you know, on Christmas Day morning, is to walk down here to the allotment to pick the veg that I'm going to eat on Christmas Day. It doesn't matter where you're growing your vegetables. It can be on a patio, on a balcony, just in pots in your backyard. It doesn't matter where you're growing them, as long as you're trying to grow something. I'm about to plant now some King Edwards, and hopefully these will be ready for Christmas Day morning. Not only in here, but a few weeks ago I was going past a building site and I got a lovely big round plastic tube, and that's got some more in, so they're a bit earlier than these. These are 2 weeks behind the ones I planted. Well, these are going to go in here. I'm using the soil, by the way, from the area we're going to build our pond in. This soil's been here, it's been a bit like a compost heap, so it's very, very good soil. And we're now digging the hole out for where the pond is going to go. Yes, we're actually starting, isn't it exciting? And in fact, I'm sat on one of the sleepers we'll be using in the pond. So fingers crossed, we'll have lovely King Edwards on Christmas Day, alongside my sprouts, my cabbages, my carrots, parsnips, broccoli, and well, turnips. Oh, and not forgetting the peas, of course. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's programme. It's lovely to be back. And don't forget, if you have any questions, please send them in the week and we'll try, and if I can't answer them, of course we now have, and you know we now have, of course, Ask the Audience. If there's anything that stumps me or anybody I know, then we'll get you to answer them for me. How exciting. Now, just through this door here, of course, are my potatoes, and they're starting to flower, which means only one thing: it's time to get them out of the ground. And well, we're going to do that. I'm going to find some bags and pop them in. I'm going to pop them in my shed because it's just about the right temperature. It's dark enough, so hopefully they should last for 2 or 3 months. Isn't that exciting? 2 or 3 months I can pop down and get a potato when I need it. And well, from what I remember, they're Albert Rooster, which are red skin potatoes, but when we get them out, I'll show you what they look like, don't you worry. Well, there's nothing like it, is there? just had my tea, just been to the allotment and picked some fresh strawberries. Now, I know there's many ways to have your strawberries, but I like to eat mine with a bit of cream. Absolutely delicious. You know what it reminds me of? When as a child you're taken to those pick your own strawberry farms and you go around and most strawberries end up in you. Oh, they're absolutely delicious. In fact, they're beautiful without the cream. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you very soon on Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Good night for now.